Yes, 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 yes. We are here, we're here, we are here. And we wanted to confirm that we did prompt the words being spoken out of the conscious mind conversation that this vehicle had today for her to suddenly recognize and realize this was the topic of the next conversation we wanted to have for all to hear. And so here it is. Here is what you could call the new catchphrase, if you will, to be able to understand what we see is a missing factor, a missing key, a missing perspective, or what some of you are still struggling to identify. And so when it came flying out of the mouth of her today, she instantly could feel our joy that this was a significant statement, because this is key for many of you who are still trying to understand how to do your inner work, how to understand moving forward and processing it. This is significant. And so we have hyped up this statement and this secret of perspectives that you may have forgotten. And we say, when you remember this, when you remember this, this will help you, assist you in being able to unpack that inner work and explore it, expand upon it emotionally, to be able to recognize and identify what is going on for you and for others. And so we say this, and it sounds so simple, but when you actually think about it, you will understand this is extremely significant and purposeful. And so, therefore, we have given you the actual solution and the message and information for what is significant and what is purposeful, and when we refer to it. And so we will say it. You must feel it to heal it. And that is it. That is it. It's purposeful and significant to feel it, to then be able to have the next step of the equation to heal it. And some of you can only experience it, therefore you can only feel it. And when you want to heal it, that is the completion cycle. You must feel it to heal it. It's quite catchy and there is a rhyme to it, and we like this. So when you're feeling frustrated, or when you're feeling anything, when you are feeling the density, feel into it, identify it, to be able to heal it. When you're feeling the joy and gratitude and upliftment, identify it, to then be able to use it to heal others. Empaths know this. Empaths know. They feel it all. They feel it all. But what do you do with it after you feel it, after you recognize it, after you label it, the range of emotions that has triggered the emotional feelings, the senses? What do you do with it when you feel it, when you notice yourself feeling the range of denser emotions, the heavier emotions, the sadness, the grief, the loneliness, all of the emotions that come and hold space in your hearts, in your minds. Feel it, feel all of it, dismiss none. And we say those emotions that you dismiss, they're not going anywhere. They're waiting for you to identify it, to then be on the journey to heal it. That time where you felt abandoned and lost as a child because you had separated from your parents at a park could manifest into great heightened experiences that now separation from others feels Not even possible. You would not even expose yourself to such hardships because you have not been able to identify the feelings of that panic of that child who was completely lost. And when you are, as souls, already feeling quite lost in knowing yourself and why you're here and who you're here for, and the significance of being there now, to then lose your foundational members of your family, even for a brief moment. We say many babies can be very triggered by being left alone to cry. This is scary. They don't have strong vision. They don't have strong senses of someone's just waiting by the door, listening, hoping that they will fall asleep. The child can hear themselves cry. The child is feeling all of the range of emotions that they are feeling. How does a baby get to heal it? How does a baby get to remind itself that it is not alone? How do you get to feel your emotions? And how do you remind yourselves that you are not alone? If you will, you are our babies, and we're trying to awaken you from sleeping, but we're not wanting to disturb you. We are listening on the other side of the door, waiting, pacing, holding our breaths, if you will, hoping you'll be okay, hoping you will manage, hoping that you will self-soothe. It's stressful, but we have faith and trust that you're not just our babies. You're advanced souls playing the role of babies. And as much as it was fun to see you in all your adorable stages, we still see you being very adorable, but we also see you as being very vulnerable to your emotions. And when you focus on not wanting to heal because you're too scared to feel, because you feel like if you do allow yourself to feel that density again of those emotions, or even the luxury of feeling the high frequency of love, you don't want to feel love because you feel like love has hurt you. You don't want to heal from love. You want to pause love. You don't want to get used to it or too comfortable, because you know it can be quite fleeting. You know it only comes within, but when you seek it outside of yourselves, love seeking can be very intoxicating when you're seeking it from others who are still trying to find their feet and their bearing on loving themselves. And so can they truly love you when they're still trying to develop and nurture and empower themselves to love themselves? You all are aware of unbalanced, unhealthy, you could say, love. It has all sorts of attachments and conditions and requirements. Pure love is endless, and it gives and it gives and it gives and it gives and it gives. And you can accept it or you can dismiss it. And we are saying feel love, to heal from love, to heal with love. Feel it, to heal it. And so we are saying feel all the range of densities of the emotions that you know are in you. Yes, we know you're fantastic today, but remember your journey. Remember that. Because when you don't want to look back at your choices or your lessons of those hardships, this is a band-aid. We are saying, while you consciously want to forget, your soul hasn't, your karmic lessons haven't. And you must feel these experiences to then move forward, to graduate, to go to the next, to be able to have that graduation. Identifying the full range of emotions is significant. Reminding yourselves that you are in complete control over the full broad spectrum of emotions. Anything else that is on your mind at this moment, moving forward in your days, if you're focusing on anything else, that is a distraction, because right now we're asking people to truly do your inner work, truly look at your emotions that you're holding on. If there is anger or frustration or resentful or bitterness or jealousy or insecurities to anyone that you know, anyone, could be politicians, could be actors, could be a childhood bully, go, do your inner work, look and explore with yourselves. Is there someone that you still cannot truly, honestly send profound love to? In all honesty, pure love, best wishes, allowing them to have your forgiveness, allowing them to feel your love and acceptance of life contracts that you participated in. This is when your spiritual maturity comes into play. Look at them all. Look at them all. You will know if there is some frustration. You will know. You will know. Go in, feel it, and heal it. This is the time. It could take a second for you to identify what you're holding on to still, and then another second to just accept it and see what was the lessons there. We understand so many of you are saying, I'm fine now. I'm just looking forward to the shift. I survived all that. I don't care about that anymore. And we are saying, yes, we understand and we believe you and we see you, but the healing still needs to occur. Surface level healing is fantastic, but you want deep healing. You want to master deep levels. You are an advanced soul being here now, wanting to be of service. You cannot empower others when you have got a superficial, unhealed, unresolved core issue within you. You know this. And you can seize the moment, embrace it all, feel it all. We have said this to you before, and we know that many have just dismissed this. And so when you're wanting to seriously empower yourself the most now, this is exciting for you. This is not homework for you. This is not a chore for you. This should be exciting because you have got then an opportunity to even be more empowered and be able to heal truly. This density that is under the surface of your healing is so significant because this is holding you down. You don't think it is, but it is. You can't see how much it's impacting you, but it is. Because you merely need to just think of one person or one situation or one holiday or one event that triggers you into thinking heavier thoughts. It could be regret. It could be a whole lot of things going on for you emotionally. So feel it all to then heal it all. And then remind yourself the fun part, which is about celebrating the growth, celebrating the graduation of mastering that, looking back at something that you thought was nearly going to emotionally kill you and destroy you, and looking back and observing it now with your growth, with your knowledge, with your wisdom, with your intuition, with your foresight of understanding and trusting this had to have been a life contract. This had to have been a lesson you wanted to empower yourselves to grow from, to then be able to support others. You cannot truly be able to support others, to be able to heal others, when you haven't done the healing yourself. You may have had the same scenario, you may have had the same situations that you can identify, but is that it? Is that all you've got to be able to support them with? I too. This is about I too experienced this, and how this is how I approached it and learned from it, healed from it, had gratitude for the opportunity, for those lessons, to be able to remind myself that this is merely a game that my soul wanted to play with my soul family and friends. But when you haven't got to that point of the journey of appreciating the lessons given here, can still have a bite to it, a sting, an emotional frustration or resentfulness. And when you have these things within you, within your memory, and you are not able to forgive yourself or forgive others, this is where you will trip over and trip over and trip over and trip over until you feel it again, to be able to heal it. And once you heal it properly, it is done. That lesson is now closed. That chapter has changed. You're on a new focus now, a new lesson. Some of these are so incredibly significant because you could be holding back others from being released to grow while everyone's growing at their own pace. Are you resentful that people aren't talking about your favorite topics? Are you frustrated and feeling isolated and alone because people don't know the same stuff that you do? When you're trying to encourage and empower people to grow and share their feelings so they can feel, are you frustrated that they're still upset and fearful because of the crimes against humanity? Do you want to shortcut their growth and journey by judging them and telling them to get over it? The shift is coming. How do you honor and allow others to feel what's going on for them, to give them the opportunity to heal? We understand it's draining for you and maybe not your favorite conversations to have. But when they're trying to share with you their concerns, their worries, their panics, their insecurities, aren't you there for this? Aren't you here for that? How are you conducting yourselves with others who are still on their journey of healing? Are you supporting them? Or are you ridiculing them and mocking them or dismissing them or shutting them down because they want to talk about stuff that they're still afraid of? When you have grown from your own fear, you can listen to other people talk about fear all day long. It doesn't impact you. It doesn't affect you because you're not buying into it. You see the significance of the journey of the grand awakening. You see that this is part of their awakening. You do not need to buy into it. You do not need to go into fear anymore. You're holding space for them while they go through their journey. And it's ironic that we see people dismissing others because they're at a different level, at a different pace, and they're frustrated. You still on this? I graduated from that lesson years ago. Why aren't you here with me now? You're so frustrated that you don't have someone here with me now. And yet, people very close to you are on their journey, trying to grow, and you know people can grow at a profound rate very quickly, very rapidly, as soon as they start identifying, questioning, thinking for themselves, and feeling for themselves. And if they don't have the opportunity to express it, how can they trust you to be able to share more information with you and go on a journey with you? They're inviting you into their world. Yes, it looks very 3D, fear-based. Yes, it looks like disinformation. Yes. It looks like it's a whole lot of draining energy. But do you dismiss that? Or do you see this as a beautiful opportunity to be their support person, to listen, to guide them, and encourage them to keep thinking, keep feeling, moving forward? What's next? Why would this be happening? Where else is this happening? Expand, 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 expand. Marvelous. Marvelous opportunities. And we see so many of you wanting to be of service, and you know you're supposed to be of service, but you dismiss the significance of a single serving conversation with each other because this isn't your favorite topics. Oh, yes, it's very hero's work to want to have a conversation about your favorite topics. Yes, that's delicious. That's eating your ice cream before your dinner. But you're here. You're here to be of service. And the reason why you already know this information and not in fear anymore is because, yes, you've done your work, you've awoken up early, but it wasn't about a competition of who knows what. It is about learning the significant information of the reasons and the purposes of the Grand Awakening to support others who are on their smaller steps of just starting to question the narratives, question the systems. And so they are on this. You don't want them to be stuck in the looping of emotional trauma as they're realizing that they're victims and children are victims and humanity is a victim. Yes, they're very much reacting to all the range of emotions. Allow them to vent, express, share, feel. And then remember, you're there to support them and guide them through this journey with love and acceptance, but motivate them to move forward to thinking what's next. Being stuck in one range of emotions is almost indulgent when you know you must grow and expand and expand and expand your consciousness and awareness of all of the situations that are happening. And we say so many of you still can get dictated to be manipulated into the distractions of what the mainstream media want you to know. That is potentially just the tool to awaken others. So what are you doing with your time? Are you finding people who are still in fear to remind them that they are protected, all is well? This is life contracts. You have an amazing team. You all have an amazing team that is supporting you, nurturing you, encouraging you, inspiring you, and guiding you to the best experiences that your soul wants to have here. It is very significant. And yet we see some of you distracted from not wanting to truly do that work. That's not your favorite topic, is it? Your favorite topic is, how is the destruction of this planet going down? How is it going to impact my garden, my friends, my family, my pets, and me, and my retirement fund, and my holiday home? What is your focus? And what should your focus be? When you came to be of service here for humanity, how are you serving humanity? Are you still judging them because they're not awake as you? Look at your behaviors, look at your attitudes. Have compassion for all, support all. Your wisdom and information is not necessarily what they need to hear. They are needing to be empowered to realize they have the solutions within them. They can go within, they can feel for themselves what's happening. You're trying to support humanity to start being more intuitive. They are already intuitive. They just need to focus on that sense. Like you have focused on that sense. And you know when someone's blowing you off, you know when you feel that someone's disinterested in what you're saying, and you know how that feels. You can heal yourself from all the times that you have been dismissed when you wanted to share something that was important and someone shut you down quite quickly. You can heal yourself by not doing this to others. We see you looping and not seeing that what your personal problems can be, you're actually repeating it to others. You're doing the same things to others. You are repeating the same cycles. So watch and notice. Are you dismissing anyone at all? Are you not giving them your time of day? Are you not giving them your compassion, your consideration, your focus? Look at this in all sincerity. Because when you keep asking us, how can I be of service more? And then you're shutting down and avoiding conversations to support others who are still trying to find their grounding and their footing and their emotional, moral compass and bearing for living in the third dimension, you're completely missing the point of you being of service here now. So feel it all to be able to heal it all. Don't dismiss the density emotions, and certainly do not dismiss the higher frequency emotions that come with this too. Allowing yourself to feel, source love energy is a gift that you always can have. It's always attainable. We understand that some of you only ever want to feel their energy, and we can accept that, but you're still here to be of service, and to get and to be of service is supporting others. Gaining this wisdom, gaining this information, gaining this knowledge to then not do anything with it, not to apply it and not to spread it and not to share it is an interesting choice. And we don't know anyone that is listening to this that has a life contract to keep information and perspectives and empowerment away from others. Stop being small. You're here to be of service. You're here to be seen. You're here to be heard. You're here to be respected. And when you don't allow yourself to speak, when you don't allow yourself to be seen, when you don't allow yourself to be heard, how can you get the respect that you deserve when you are not even respecting yourselves? The power of the information and the energy that you can share freely for all. This is important. You ask us over and over and over again, what can I do to be of service? And we keep shoving people in 3D in your face, and you complain to us about it. Notice what is happening in your life. Notice who is coming into your lives, and notice who is in your lives. Beyond significant. Feel it all to heal it all. And we say this with love and gratitude for all of you who understand the power of being empowered.